So one of the other things we wanted to talk about was some like the panic buying going on today. You kind of brought this to my attention. I didn't see this until you brought this to me. So now we get to kind of like exchange that moment here. So what exactly was going on that you saw earlier today when it comes to people, I guess, panic buying across the country right now?
Yeah, so I got some videos out of Michigan. I guess there were some eggs out in that area. I know down here in Houston, I had people calling me earlier today, like, "Hey, I live on the outs. There's Houston, and then like Houston's just 45 minutes away from Houston. So I'm on the 30-minute side. I'm not all the way on the 40-minute side. They're like, do you guys on your side of Houston? Do you guys have toilet paper? I'm like, God damn it, are we going to do this toilet paper? Do you guys not like invest in bidets? Like, I don't understand. Like, he said bidet is the way. Like, can we just, as a South Asian person, a bidet is the way. Just it's gonna be great for y'all
It'll
and your
change your
butts.
life.
It will change your life. But we're still stuck on this toilet paper thing. So toilet paper was
Yeah.
out downtown. There was like a few smaller things. My friend has a baby, and so she was asking about some diaper stuff. I don't know about diaper stuff, and so I was like, out here we still have it, and that's why I tell people. Somebody said, as a Muslim, I cannot relate to the toilet paper. I'm so sorry. I need to not. I got derailed, but basically, there's going to be a lot of shortages coming up.
Yeah.
Even if tomorrow Trump wakes up, and this is, I'm telling you guys this now, as somebody who's been with a broker version of Trump and a little less orange, my ex-husband, I will tell you, they tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it. But then when they realize they're in deep shit, the night before the big thing is going to happen, they back out because they're
Yeah.
cowards. At the end of the day, they're spineless cowards. So at some point, this guy is going to back out of this. And it's going to be bad because China is not going to let him back out of it that easy.
Yeah.
No matter what happens right now, if even if he was to stop it today and the ports started, anticipating ships from China tomorrow, it's going to take 35 to 40 days for things to come here, get unloaded. We're going to have shortages of things. And that's why I tell people, please don't panic buy. When you're going to the grocery store, what I've been doing since December, because you and I have both talked about, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I bought an extra little pack of toilet paper. I bought a little extra couple of packs of paper towels. You don't need 6 months worth of paper towels. There are people with families. There are people that will need those things. So don't hoard them. Be prepared in your house. Have a few extra things, batteries, Neosporin, cold medicines, especially your medications, but you don't need 5 bottles of NyQuil. If you do, you might be from Houston, you might be on the scissor, but but there is no need to have 5 bottles of NyQuil. So
Yeah.
that the panic buying, and I know people are scared. We had COVID last time this orange shithead was in charge, but let's not ruin it for our neighbors when this is a moment that we all need to be here for each other.
It is. It is really like it's hard for me to know what's going to happen next or what we can really expect for how long these tariffs are going to be in place or how long all of the tension is going to be with this weird trade war that seems like a more nothing more than just Trump trying to create a new like ego play for himself. But like you were saying, in the meantime, while we are dealing with this, it's just really important that everyone just be as cautious as humanly possible, be as considerate as humanly possible, because everyone is kind of upset right now. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm struggling a little bit, Saadia, because there's a part of me that
Yeah.
wants to say like, hey, like there's half the country kind of voted for this, and at the same time, I also feel I think bad for these people sometimes. But like, it's just
Who do you feel
it's
bad for?
the ones that are manipulated by the right wing propaganda machine that legitimately don't know better, like those people. Because I think I talked about people about this before. Where I feel like there are people who are truly, like they know what's going on and they just don't care, or they embrace MAGA and everything that it means. And I think there are people that truthfully are just very apolitical. They don't pay attention to politics at all. But when they do, they kind of get sucked up in the right wing propaganda machine that truthfully does invest billions of dollars into manipulating millions of people every single year. And I do think it's a really pervasive and powerful thing that we all have to unfortunately deal with the repercussions of. And so I do think that some people kind of get caught up in it and they truly don't know better. And so I guess a part of me feels a little bit of sympathy for them because I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of people who just get caught up in that. But I feel
Nor
like you might not feel the same.
I don't anymore. I used to,
Yeah.
and now like I live in Trump. I'm in a small blue dot, not a small, a big blue dot that
Yeah.
Abbott constantly wants to punish. We don't even have Houston doesn't even have representation until November. So through the hurricane seasons, through all the stuff that we're about to
Yeah.
go through, we're going to have no representation down here because he pushed our vote, Houston's vote off. Do I have sympathy for people that are okay with that? No. Do I have
Yeah.
sympathy for people who see other people living in the same area as not good enough or deserving of this because of where we live?
Yeah.
I used to. I don't feel so bad anymore. We have Chat GPT. You have the internet. You don't have like back in the teabagger days, back when like there was this like weird teabag fringe, right? Back when I was in school, people used to
Yeah.
think, "Oh, this is not a big deal." I'm like, "Oh, this you guys should read about Jonestown. This sounds very Jonestowny." And I do know that when Trump passes, hopefully sooner than later, like a lot fucking sooner than later. Um, I know that when he passes, that cults don't just move from one dear leader on to the next.
Mm.
The spell will break at that point. There's no like transfer of power. He is the only reason. He is their Trojan horse. He is the Republicans, everything right
Idle.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, once the idol is gone, I think that half our battle will be won right there. That's when people will probably start listening. Until this, while this guy is still here and they think of him as a godlike figure, I don't think that I don't feel bad for them because they're choosing to idolize someone rather than think for themselves.
I am also thinking that you're correct about this as far as like once Trump is not in the picture anymore, that the kind of the spell will break to a degree because we kind of got a preview of that already, didn't we?
Yeah.
When we weren't sure if he was going to be, if he was going to be eligible to be the next president of the United States, and there was Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Vivek Ramaswamy, and it looked pretty pathetic. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't. None of them really had any kind of charisma. I don't think that any of them could have won a general election. So yeah, I do think the future is bright, but who knows how long Trump will be in power for? I mean, he's already trying to run again in 2028, as we've already seen, selling the hats, selling the merch, putting his minions out there talking about how he might try to find a way to circumvent the 22nd Amendment, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we could have another Trump administration right after this one if we are not too careful. So, and I don't put anything past him at this point. I would have thought that would have been a hyperbolic thing to say a few months ago, but I don't feel that anymore. I mean, in fact, I think everything that Trump says needs to be taken seriously now.
Oh, 100%. But there's a reason that he's hawking these hats now. And I made a small video about it. He didn't wait for a long time because he knows he's not going to be able to sell them in 6 months. His approval rating, even with his own minions, is so low. He's not going to make
Mm,
money off of 2028 hats in even 2026. I
yeah,
think what he's doing is a cash grab right now. He too, even though he's a total narcissist, he too knows where his popularity lies. He couldn't even there were his arena for some reason, even though he's already elected, he had I guess a rally today because that's what clans do, I guess. Clans in a clan. I don't even you already won. Like I don't understand. So, you
yeah,
can't even fill out those teeny tiny arenas. He's not an idiot. And I know you and I
yeah,
may differ on this. I do not believe that he legitimately won all seven swing states.
hmm
And 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 I think because of that, that's why he's trying to inflate his ego with these rallies. Just same thing my ex used to do. He would get caught, but let me show you that, I have $100 in my bank account, even though I probably borrowed it from my friend, the day before to make me look better. That's what I feel like this is. Yes, it's testing the waters, but he's selling it now because he knows
right.
he's not going to gain that popularity. There's no way he's gaining in the next 2-3 years.
Trump is the consummate narcissist. Anything that he can do to inflate his ego, he will do. I mean, we saw him post a video of himself where he was going to build a golden statue of himself in a forcibly displaced Gaza after he goes in and annexes the territory and rebuilds casinos and, again, giant effigies of himself. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's who he is. And